Hi everyone and welcome, this is the Apostate Prophet. A few weeks ago, something happened in pop culture. Jeff Goldblum caused an outrage on a drag show. And I'm a bit late with this, because I'm usually late. And also because it was pop culture. It was a drag show. I didn't really care. And it was Jeff Goldblum. Who cares about Jeff? Well, people probably do, I don't. No, seriously, the last time I saw Jeff Goldblum was in Jurassic Park when I was a child. That's how out of touch with all of this I am. Oh, look, I'm so cool, I don't care about pop culture. Anyway, a few weeks ago, Jeff Goldblum caused outrage on a drag show when he asked a question about Islam. See, there's something I care about, Islam. I care about Islam very much. As someone who was supposed to be put to death under Islam, of course I love Islam. Jeff Goldblum joined this drag show called RuPaul's Drag Race as a guest judge. One of the participants of this drag race, namely Jackie Cox, who is a gay man named Darius Rose, appeared on this episode with a hijab, which looks very strange. As a former religious Muslim, I can't believe what my eyes are witnessing. I wonder what I would think if I was still a Muslim. I would probably think this is a huge perversion. Today, I actually don't think that's that bad. If we're speaking of a perversion of Islam, I'm all for that. Islam needs perversion very badly. No matter how much you pervert Islam, it can only become better for all of us. Jeff Goldblum saw the participant in the hijab and had a few questions.
It's such a simple outfit that says so much.
It doesn't really say anything.
Are you religious, may I ask?
I'm not. To be honest, this outfit represents the importance that visibility for people of religious minorities need to have in this country.
Is there something in that religion that is anti-homosexuality and anti-woman? Does that complicate the issue? I'm just raising it and thinking out loud and maybe being stupid, but
No.
What do you think?
I think, drag has always shaken the tree, so to speak.
Honestly, when I first saw this, I didn't really know what to think. I didn't know if I should think anything at all, because it's a drag show. But just this little moment from this weird show caused a lot of outrage in pop culture. Which, to be honest, is not a very big deal, because in American pop culture, people are outraged about the most unimportant, the dumbest things in the world. And they treat it like it was World War III, and it mattered to everyone else too. Of course, there were Twitter reactions calling this Islamophobic and racist. I really don't need to see the Islamophobic Jeff Goldblum clip on the second day of Ramadan, so please stop sharing it. And remember, if you bring up homophobia and sexism every time someone mentions Islam, but not Christianity, then you're racist. That's it, you are. How about this one? If you don't bring up Islam when someone criticizes Christianity, then you're a fucking idiot. That's it, you are. Jeff Goldblum felt the need to say, but isn't Islam anti-gay and anti-woman, to Jackie because she was wearing a Stars and Stripes hijab, as if America hasn't been anti-gay and anti-woman from the outset, or killed and displaced millions of Muslims, including women and queers. These very smart people aside, I want to say a few things about the hijab as a symbol to support Muslim minorities. When the hijab is always the only thing that you can think of when you want to support Muslim minorities, then it looks like your support is about Muslim women. You don't have anything against Muslim men, do you? That would be Islamophobic and racist. Secondly, in many environments, Muslim women don't even wear the hijab. According to Pew Research, of surveyed Muslim women in America, only 38% always wear the hijab in public. 5% wear it most of the time. 15% wear it sometimes, which means they are not hijabis, while 42%, the highest number here, say they never wear the hijab. This means those Muslim women who mostly wear the hijab are only 43%, which means most Muslim women in America don't wear a hijab. That means when you wear the hijab to support Muslim women or Muslims in America, then you're wearing something that doesn't even represent most Muslim women, let alone most Muslims in America. Let that sink in. You know where Muslim women vastly wear hijabs? In cultures, countries, and circles where Muslim women have to wear the hijab, where they can't just take it off. And that brings us to Jeff Goldblum's dangerous questions about Islam. Isn't there something in Islam that is against women and against homosexuals? Yes and yes. Islam requires that the women of the Muslims, of the Muslim men, wear the hijab, because it is meant to separate Muslim women from non-Muslim women, because seeing women outside arouses Muslim men, and the Muslim women should be protected from this arousal. Yes, Muhammad actually said that women come in the shape of a devil, and that you must go home to your wife to relieve your sexual pressure when you see a woman outside. The Quran says that men are in charge of women, that women must obey their husbands, and that men can beat their wives into obedience. Of course, Islam has a problem with women. The Quran usually talks to men, especially when it promises them virgins in heaven that are there to serve the men, to satisfy their sexual needs. Because men are supposed to have a lot of women and have sex with a lot of women, while the women can just serve and shut up. Or when it tells men that they can have sex with their female slaves, which they can take for bravely fighting for Allah, besides their 4 wives, of course. Of course, Islam has a problem with women. As everyone knows, as everyone should know, Muslim countries are the poorest when it comes to women. And that's not because the quite comfortable Islamic world has its problems. It is directly because of Islam, the most woman-hating religion that we have. In fact, I would love to compare women in Christianity to women in Islam one day. Coming to homosexuality, Islam has a major problem with that as well, and everyone should know this. The Quran recounts the story of Lot and how homosexuals were punished as they should be punished, and it condemns them. Muhammad curses effeminate men, which is ironically what we are talking about here, and women who dress like men. He orders to drive them out, and reportedly did that himself. Further, Muhammad said very peacefully, if you find anyone doing as Lot's people did, which refers to homosexual intercourse, kill the one who does it, and the one to whom it is done. Kill gay people who are caught having sex. I have to read this gently because Islam is a gentle religion that cannot be questioned by Islamophobic racists. Islam takes the Quran as a complete, literal, unchangeable authority. It also takes Muhammad's actions and words as an authority for everyone to follow. This is why Islamic religion and law is built on the laws of the Quran and of Muhammad, and why Islamic laws always had the death penalty for homosexuality, including the infamous punishment of throwing them off high buildings. No wonder the only countries today where homosexuality is punishable by death, which these woke people in the West seem to be completely careless about, are Muslim countries and Muslim jurisdictions. Not bringing up Christianity together with Islam here is not hypocrisy. Because, first off, none of you dishonest hypocrites would ever scream, "But what about Islam?" if we criticized Christianity, because that would be stupid. And secondly, Christianity doesn't have fundamental laws to persecute homosexuals. If Christianity did ever adopt a death sentence for homosexuality in history, then that is part of Christian history, but not part of Christianity itself. Whereas Islam had a unanimous death penalty for homosexuality throughout history. And that is a fundamental ruling of the same religion that the vast majority of Muslims today believe in, which is why the vast majority of Muslims are strictly against homosexuality. In short, Jeff Goldblum's questioning of Islam is completely justified. He's right. Islam is against women and against homosexuals. It has a very serious problem with them. I don't need to tell you that. These strange people on Twitter don't need to tell you the opposite. All you need to do is open Islam's scripture and read for yourself. And that takes only a minute in today's time, where we have the internet. Islam is distinctly hostile, more so than any other religion, against people for their beliefs, their ideas, and their choices. I deserve the death penalty for being an ex-Muslim. And in numerous countries, that is the law. Guess how good that makes me feel when some clueless person in America tells me that I was Islamophobic for criticizing Islam. Islam sucks. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share. If you want to support me and my cause, and if you want to see more, please consider supporting me on Patreon or on apostateprophet.com. I will be back very soon. Have a great day and stay away from Islam.